Good day everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Glenn Pajares, and in this episode I'll be discussing duty ethics, or deontology. It's pronounced as deontology but spelled as deontology. Okay, so what is this theory all about? This is one of the normative theories in ethics, which says that what makes an action moral or immoral, right or wrong, is whether or not the action conforms to the absolute universal moral law. So there is a basis of actions, why they are considered good or evil, and that is a moral law which is universally valid, universally true, and absolute. And as human beings, according to its major proponent, the German philosopher Immanuel Kant, we all have reason. And as rational beings, we are capable of knowing, acknowledging, recognizing, understanding this universal moral law. So this serves as our guide. And this universal moral law is called the categorical imperative. When you say categorical imperative, it is an absolute command of reason. It's when you say absolute, it's categorical. It's not hypothetical. When you say hypothetical, conditional. So this moral law, which is absolute and universal, is categorical. It's true and valid in all times, in all situations and circumstances. That is why it's the duty of every human person to follow it and obey it. There are different formulations of the categorical imperative, or this universal absolute moral law. Some authors and scholars would have 3 to 4 or even 5 formulations, but in this video I'll just have 2. So the first expression or formulation of this universal moral law as basis in determining right from wrong or good and evil is that actions have to be universalizable, or if actions can be universalized, then they are by nature good. So what do you mean by universalizable, or can be universalized? Meaning it is something that is valid and applicable to all person, even to oneself, without exemption. Meaning you have to do it because it's the right thing, no matter the cost, no matter what the circumstance is. Second, the moral law, or this categorical imperative, states that one must respect the human being, human life, and I would say as a modification, respect nature and all forms of life. So how does one respect others, or especially human beings, life and nature? Well, one has to respect the rights of people, their inherent rights that cannot be alienated from them, and of course promote their welfare and common good. Therefore, we can never use people as means to an end, but rather we have to treat human beings as end in themselves. In other words, we cannot use them merely as objects. So again, the different expressions of this universal moral law or categorical imperative that makes an action a duty or something that ought to be done is for an action to be universalizable, something that you will to become a universal law, something that is good and valid not just to yourself but to other people, your friends and relatives, and to all people around the world without exemption or exception, that they have to do it because it's the right thing at all times, in all circumstances. And second, we have to respect life, the dignity of the human person at all times. We cannot treat them merely as means, but always treat them as ends. And as I've said, I'm adding not just human life, but also life in general and nature. We have to respect nature. We also have to respect life. Though we eat plants and animals, but it's for consumption, not for the sake of destroying life in itself without a noble purpose or a noble goal. So thank you for watching and listening. please click like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.